How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Marvel's Alien. This is issue number 9, and I'm really excited this thing finally came out. I really do like this book. Marvel's Alien has been surprisingly good. However, I believe this was actually supposed to come out in January. This series has faced quite a few delays, if my memory serves me correct, and it's kind of making the new plot arc harder to get into, with it essentially coming out every other month. Now, that being said, I know there are paper shortages and supply chain issues, and I hope everything gets back to normal soon, because it's really hard to get into the book. But that being said, flip to the back, Aliens number 10, The Mines of Jonah, supposed to come out 3/2/22, and I hope that it does. I hope we get back on track, because I like this story, but it's a little hard to get into it with the delays. But we get to see her with her big bow and arrow and some giant alien eggs going into a cave. Seems really cool, and I can't wait for it. Now, let's take a look at the cover. Alien number 9, and we get to see this nice night sky with this orange and red fire spewing out smoke, and there's an alien perched on top of a windmill. A really nice cover. I really do like that. Now, my thumbs did smear the ink a little bit. It bugs me. I really wish Marvel would make comics without ink that sticks to your fingers, but it seems like, I don't know, I see this happening more and more, and I'm thinking soon comic book shops are going to start selling like felt gloves, like don't smear your ink, wear these gloves when you read your comics. I don't know, it bugs me. The ink wasn't this bad in the past, was it? But anyway, before we get into it, let's take a look at the double page credits. Credit where credit is due, obviously. And of course, once again, this book is written by Phillip Kennedy Johnson with art by Salvador Larroca. Same team as from all the way back in issue 1. And up here, in the schematics page, we have a cargo manifest for these alien eggs. Now, granted, what we learn about them in this issue, I'm surprised they put out any schematic at all, but it has been heavily censored. And then we get a previously on, Alien, Aliens, Chapter 1, and then it talks about the Spinners were promised this land. They're a religious group. They get the planet if they terraform it and open up a mine for the United Americans, the new government. However, the ship that was supposed to give them the rights to the land, they signed the papers and it's all over, that ship crashed. Aliens spilled out of it, and they discover that one of their own is a traitor, a synthetic human, an android, put in by Weyland-Yutani for their own nefarious means, and that's where we jump into the story. Now, before we get in, I just want to say, I'm going to be avoiding the major spoilers, the end bits. I try not to go too far past the staple, maybe a couple pages. But that being said, no major spoilers. I just want to say my piece on the major plot points and make sure you guys have a basic understanding as to what this issue is about. But if you want to go in completely blind, I recommend it, and you can stop the video here. But anyway, first big thing that happens is we meet our hero having an alien face hugger go on her face as she's being held down by the traitor, Ambrose, I believe his name is, and he's an android, and he's talking about how you knew you were going to die because she's sick, but did you think death would feel like this? And at first I thought it was odd that an android would wane so philosophical, but I guess they did do this in Prometheus and Covenant. You know, David was quite philosophical. But he says, "It's too bad I never got a chance to talk to you openly about religion." And he goes, "You see, you guys say that there's Mother, and if you worship her, Mother will be inside of you." And he goes, "I actually know that this is true. I've seen Mother," but of course we know he's actually referring to the alien queen, and when he says Mother coming inside of you, it refers to the face hugger implanting that embryo. Really quick before we go on, there's an ad on this page for Demon Days Blood Feud from Peach Momoko. It looks like Marvel's given Peach Momoko her own series. She's a really cool, primarily cover artist, but they've given her her own book, March 2022. That seems interesting. It's an X-Men tie-in of some kind, and I really have no idea what's going on with the Marvel continuity right now. I'm hoping I can just jump into this. But anyway, that looked interesting. But of course, this one guy comes in to save her, and we get a good bit more gore than I really thought Marvel would do. I really do love this page. You can see his eyeball pop out and his head get all smushed, and then he's lying on the floor. I mean, that's some Negan level of violence. It is to an android, so I guess it's how they can get away with it. But we see something surprising, and that's the face hugger actually already fell off her face, and she shoots it, but she does have the new face hugger lines. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I know you guys will whenever I talk about Alien and Blade Runner. People definitely correct me when I'm wrong, but those alien lines on your face after you get a face hugger, that's just this new breed of alien, right? It's only ever been in the Marvel comic books? I think so. I think they added that for the comics, but correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I saw all the movies but somehow missed it. But anyway, the aliens are running through the planet, and the people are going to the church. It's their meeting place. It's where everybody would naturally think to go, and they get in there and see that everybody is inside praying, hoping to get away, and that Jane's warning about the aliens being the dogs of perdition, everybody has taken that to heart. And we see that her lines have faded slightly. Now, they do come back later, but they are really slight in this scene. And also the fact that the alien fell off her face. I'm wondering if they're going to do something different with her, you know? But anyway, this is the last frame I'll show you guys. I have to show you guys this frame. It's a little late in the game, but I have to show this to you. So the guy that saved her stayed behind to pick up the android's head, and he goes, I used to work on these things until I, joined the Spinners and abandoned new technology. So he's hooked up all these wires and stuff to the head and says he can't lie to us anymore. I've disabled that. And I got this little speaker here so he can talk to us and he can hear us. And he said that you can ask him questions and figure out what he was doing on there. And with this information, they have to make a plan and decide where they're going to go and what they're going to do. And then after this is them making survival decisions. I mentioned Negan earlier, but this kind of does feel like the Walking Dead of Alien comics right now. And they have to, they make some decisions that not all the group agrees with, and some of them, are going to go their own ways. And it is decisions that inform survival. So yeah, this is kind of feels like the Alien book being a little bit Walking Dead, but it's pretty fun and I do like it. So this is a survival issue. This is where do we go, what do we do, and of course they have a plan for survival. There's also some interesting stuff as to why there were alien eggs aboard the ship and why they had a synthetic there. That's revealed in this issue, and it is a pretty cool revelation where you're like, dang, Weyland-Yutani, of course you would do that. But yeah, a fun issue. I can't wait for the next one, and I hope that we stay on track, I know we've had delays, and some of them have been unavoidable, and I hope everyone gets back to normal, but that being said, I really hope we don't get delayed again. But anyway, fun issue. Definitely would recommend it. To everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be an Alien playlist where you can find my reviews for all the past issues there. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom, Alien playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.